that you loafing in. What? They got changed, but this shit colder, nigga.
People, it's your boy Just Chill checking all the way in, and you are just tuned into I'm just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And today is the very first episode, very first show, and I'm honored to even had a guest, one of my artists at the same time, my man Ghetto Reese, man. What's up with you, bro?
Yo, what's up with y'all? It's your boy Ghetto Reese, Mr. MadePhilly. You already know, Philly hip hop award winner, all this other cool stuff. I'm just a real nigga. Just want y'all to vibe with me. Feel me? What's up, bro?
How you feeling? How you feeling, man?
You know what I'm saying?
It's an honor to have you on the platform. You being the first artist, you being the first artist under new management. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The first artist on the platform as well. So what brought you here? Like let's get there. What brought you here?
Scepter. Let's get it out of the way. You know what I mean? Just a change of pace. Rebranding. Just a broader outreach, outlook on my career, just opportunities, and just feeling a sense of comfortability. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. So, and then why not? You know what I mean. We are the ball already rolling. Ain't no need to stop it. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying. So
I can understand that. Now, I want to know like where did Ghetto Reese originate at? Like what made Ghetto Reese? Like, why are you Ghetto Reese? Explain that to me.
All right, so like to keep it short, I'm just a real driven individual, right? That's just me, like underneath the surface, right? I'm just real driven, and dedicated, and I feel like that's what embodies me. So at times it would be like people would say that some of my actions may be ghetto because of the setting that we're at or the reaction I might be having at the time, but that's like just true to the nature of who I am. It's just like, very passionate and dedicated to what it is I'm doing or speaking about. So that's just what it is on underneath the surface. On the surface, I was in jail, you know what I'm saying? My man Michael Carter, you know what I'm saying? We was in jail in upstate I was doing my time, and I was making peanut butter and jelly. I used the knife for the peanut butter. I went and got the jelly, and he was like, "Damn, you ain't gonna clean it off?" I'm like, "No, like why would I do that? It's going on the same joint." So he was like, yo, you ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So basically he was saying it like I was a dirty young boy though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He wasn't saying it like, yo, what's up, ghetto? He was like, yo, no, you ghetto, nigga. Like, I'm like, all right. And I ain't had no rap name. So then I just took that. And then I came home, like, you know what? I'm gonna just use that then. Now it's Ghetto Reese. Like, you know what I'm saying? It already fit me anyway. So
okay, we gonna step back to you. You said you was locked up. How long you was locked up for?
6 years.
Okay, we gonna get back to that because I know there was a trial and tribulation, you know what I'm saying? But how long have you been rapping? And you said you didn't have a rap name, so when you started rapping, what was people calling?
It was just Young Reese because I was young and my name Reese, so that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like young, like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. Been rapping since I was like 12, 11. I want to say because I started off writing poems, and I found that a lot of my poems had some rhythm to it. I did shows in school, stuff like that. So basically like 12, like 12. I want to say I started rapping at like 12. So I'm like 12 to now, and I'm only like 24. So man.
So what was your your upbringing like as far as like I hear a lot of your music,
right,
and you how do I put this? You're from the trap. You can definitely tell you're from the trap. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. You can clearly see that you've seen some things. You can clearly hear that had to do some things allegedly.
For sure.
So with that being said, like what was your upbringing like? Like how was that?
For me, it was just like it was pretty chill. As far as like the first couple years being around at my grandma's crib, stuff like that. It was
when you say being around, you mean being around on the world, like
just in the world, just
okay,
like here on Earth.
Making sure.
Yeah, like my first time on Earth and shit. Like I ain't been here before.
Gotcha.
So like my first time just like getting there, like you know what I mean, see what life is about. Like my grandma was there, my grandpa, I stayed with them. So it was like a lot of love, a lot of nurturing, a lot of morals instilled, a lot of caring, a lot of teaching. You know what I'm saying? Then I started to get a little older. My mom moved. We went over there up on another part of West Philly. Mind you, my grandma and them from Fraser Street, so like you know down there around 56 and Master. That's where I grew up at. So my mom moved up to 57 and Race. We moved on that side. And life was like different. Now I'm seeing crackheads, I'm seeing needles on the ground, I'm hearing gunshots, I'm fighting, people's fighting, my mom's fighting, everybody's fighting, the projects is fighting. It's just like it's a whole different world when I get over my mom's side. So now I'm like I had to adjust to that. And then my dad, he was there for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to like discredit him. He was there for a little bit. And when he was trying to do what he had to do. My mom kind of was like not dealing with certain stuff, that I now know as being older, you know what I'm saying? We don't deal with certain trauma and shit. It started to affect us in different relationships. So that affected that. My dad left and I had to figure that shit out on my own after that. It was like 14, I was in the streets. So, you know what I'm saying? Figuring it out. So, like just bumping my head in the dark, trying to find my way. That was it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, being in the dark, bumping your head. I know this also well, you know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you gonna bump your head to the point where that shit really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
When was the first time that actually happened?
So for me, it was like, I got 15 months of Glen Mills, and that was like my last bit of juvenile biz that I was doing at the time and shit. So that was like the last one I did.
When you say the last one, I was going to cut you off. Like, how many juvenile biz have you did before you got to this stuff?
4. I did 4 juvenile biz before that.
And how old are you at this time?
I was like from like 14 to 19. So I did like 4 juvenile biz. On the streets between 14 and 19, I probably was home for like 2 years, like all together. I was bouncing around them joints, but I ain't learned my lesson. Like you said, the hitting your head hard. It ain't really hit me until that big. And then I came home for home pass, went back, and my baby mom became my baby mom. She had wrote me, I missed my period, so I wrote it back. You should probably catch it. You know what I'm saying? Find that joint. I want to tell you what are you talking about. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so funny. Yeah,
I'm doing tick and Glen
It's not
Mills,
funny, but it's funny.
You know what I mean? So. That's when my mom came to visit me and was like, listen, you ain't gonna be no deadbeat. You can come home, you gonna do what you gotta do. You gotta be a dad. And that's when it really was like, damn, I gotta be aware. Like the shit I'm doing, this shit is in the way. Like I gotta figure it out a different way. But I ain't had no other outlet, so you know what I mean.
So graduating from juvenile placements to actually taking that sitting behind that wall, that's like. How was that? Cause me personally, like, I was lucky enough, not to take that long road, that the long walk. You know what I'm saying? I was a county boy. I held my time in the county, but I heard stories about upstate. You know what I'm saying? So like, what was your time upstate? Being so young at that time, like, cause I knew what my experience was being so young. So how was that?
It was very eye-opening for me. The phrase like you think you bad until you meet somebody badder. Like that was me, right? That's what I had to learn, right? So I go from causing all this havoc around my neighborhood, different neighborhoods, right? Robbing people, doing all this other stuff, right? Allegedly, right? And I go and now I got this stigma of who I am, right? I'm like 19, I got this stigma of who I am, right? I'm just like, nobody's fucking with me, man, right? And then I go to jail. When they sent me to fucking CFC my first day, like through processing, I get through the door, it's a body on the fucking, on a stretcher going out on white sheets. And then that's when it hit me. You're not really that tough, bro.
Yeah, that shit real.
You ain't that tough. You know what I'm saying? You start looking around, you like, damn, I am kind of tiny. I ain't really got the height.
Kitty.
You start looking at shit that matter now. You like, I'm a kind of short. Yeah, a lot of people taller in this bitch. Niggas is working out. Nah. I rap, guys. I rap. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? Being a rapper though, like I had a few fights in jail and shit like that, right? But being a rapper, it made everything so much smoother, right? Because I was a source of entertainment for people that didn't do it.
Facts. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like people wanted to even be fucking with me or to be on some nut shit because this nigga he's one of the people that goes and be right and we listen to this nigga rap in the yard. You know what I mean? He
Certain people get passes, like, you know what I'm saying, I do know this, like, if you got a talent, if you the motherfucker that can draw, nobody will fuck with you. If you the motherfucker that can rap,
sure.
if you fire, nobody that can fuck with you.
If you can be useful.
Yeah, if you can be useful,
you good.
It make me forget that I'm in this bitch.
You feel what I'm saying?
You alright. You funny as shit. No, don't fuck with the funny boy.
No, real shit. And shout out to Marley Cobain. Like, that's my brother, you know what I'm saying, at West Philly. But like when we was booked, like came across Marley when we was booked, I was up top. And when you say being funny, that how he is now is how he was in there. But that's how niggas was getting by the entertainment. So you know, it was just eye-opening for me, you know, honestly. Just seeing different levels of having to adapt. You know, seeing how people fold, the mindset you gotta have, just everything about it was new, but I knew where I stood at, you know what I'm saying? And I knew what I wanted to get out of it. I didn't want to come back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to come back. So, yeah, I made a plan. I'm going to be a fucking rapper ever since I'm rapping in front of poppy stores and all this other cool. I'm rapping in jail for fucking honey buns. The fuck I can't go home and try it?
So once you came home, and that's what you want, you're like, fuck it, I'm a rapper now. You know what I'm saying? What was your very first move? What was the very first thing you felt you had to do?
Put out music.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, the first thing I thought was, I'm in the halfway house. I'm down fucking Germantown, Lehigh. I'm down there. I'm in the fucking halfway house. And I'm sitting there and my man, shout out to Red Caddy, you know what I'm saying? My man Deion Deans, that was my sully up top. He came home before me and kept his promise. He was like, yo, if you stay out of trouble, you come home. By the time you come home, I'm gonna have like, some studio situations, see you wanna do it. I came home. He had a studio set up at his crib for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hot Shot Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I first met Shakur. Skinny with the kufi on, tats, just wild Kensington nigga. You feel me? Met him down that joint. We in that joint. We sharing the same studio. So we going in that joint. Every day I'm spending like 20 honey buns. The fuck I can't go home and try it?
So once you came home, and that's what you want, you're like, fuck it, I'm a rapper now. You know what I'm saying? What was your very first move? What was the very first thing you felt you had to do?
Put out music.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, the first thing I thought was, I'm in the halfway house. I'm down fucking Germantown, Lehigh. I'm down there. I'm in the fucking halfway house. And I'm sitting there and my man, shout out to Red Caddy, you know what I'm saying? My man Deion Deans, that was my sully up top. He came home before me and kept his promise. He was like, yo, if you stay out of trouble, you come home. By the time you come home, I'm gonna have like, some studio situations, see you wanna do it. I came home. He had a studio set up at his crib for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hot Shot Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I first met Shakur. Skinny with the kufi on, tats, just wild Kensington nigga. You feel me? Met him down that joint. We in that joint. We sharing the same studio. So we going in that joint. Every day I'm spending like 20 to 30 minutes in that joint. And I just had the urge to like get as much music done as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Now, with that being said, like, you were privileged me to a story, you know what I'm saying, that you really had to like run from the studio
yes,
to the halfway house, dog.
Yo.
Like, you said 20, 30 minutes, dog. Niggas been looking hour sections and blocks. What did you doing in 20, 30 minutes,
Yo,
bro?
listen, so when I came home, right, like I said, I came home, I had all these books. I got mad books. I'm writing mad books. I got mad books. Boom. So I come home and I'm going right in there. Everything I ever wrote, I'm finding a beat. I don't care if it's DJ Khaled's beat, if it's Sean Kingston beat, if it's fucking Onyx beat, if it's Diddy's beat, no Diddy, but it don't matter who beat it was. If I can get a beat and it fit my whatever rhythm I had for the raps, because I was writing with no beats up there, right. You know what I'm saying? Until like niggas got keyboards, it was like a good 2-3 years of no beats, just just keeping a boom, tempo in your head. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then trying to apply that to when you come to fuck home and shit. So it was like I'm going in there and knocking out probably like 4 or 5 songs. Like in that 30 minutes, I'm doing songs like one takes.
So let me hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. So you're doing multiple songs in 20 and 30 minutes in the studio.
Right.
How does that even break down? And I'm a former artist, so it's like,
Right.
And I used to be able to cook pretty fast. Now I get it. Cool. You got your books already.
Right.
But the structure of a song, like the break it down, whether it's a chorus, then you got they got a mix, they got a master and all that. You said 20, 30 minutes, you doing 4 songs, bro?
Right. Now listen, you said something important, structure. I came from jail. I don't know how to fucking structure a song. You feel me?
Got you.
So now my song that I'm thinking is a song might be 52 bars. And then I just said, he just took the hook. I mean, he just took 2 bars and then just did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know about production because I'm not an artist yet. So I don't even know about how it should sound. So there is no mixing. So you say you got to mix and master. There is no mixing. I don't even know about that. So now I'm just hyped that you record and I can hear me. Never recorded before.
Yeah.
I was on karaoke machines and rapping in front of niggas with camera phones and shit. That's the last time I was out. You know what I'm saying? I come home, they got iPhones and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the process was fast, but all the shit I'm missing in between, like you said, which would make the process longer, I was missing out on it. I ain't found out till later on about all that stuff that would make a difference, that would make me into like the artist that I turned into. You know what I mean?
So, what was your first song, and then what was your breaking song?
Okay, so my first song, Banned from TV, on my first mixtape, Famous Nobody. That was the first song I ever recorded, and that's only because we had tapes upstate. We'd go to the library, and we were able to get our hands on this hip hop tape, but it was like old school because you couldn't get like too many like Jeezys and all. You wasn't getting a whole bunch of that shit. They started the music influenced these niggas in here, like So once they started to pick up, they started to take shit from us. But I was able to get that, and I heard that beat, you know, the original song and shit. I'm like, yo. I just played that joint every fucking day and just would block these niggas' lyrics the fuck out and be like, when I get home, I'm going to do this. That was the first joint I did, Banned from TV, on the Famous Nobody project. My breakout song was Hitters and Shooters. Hitters and Shooters was like, I feel like it was like the first Philly drill song for real, honestly.
Okay, and that's on all platforms?
It is not on all platforms. It wasn't even on a lot of platforms to be on when I fucking was doing this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so like I said, like SoundCloud and shit like that. Shout out to SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Bandcamp, shit like that. That Piff. Those was type of sites that was out. Like, you know, it was rare that you had something on anything other than that, other than WorldStar. WorldStar would be the next thing. That was it.
The major platform.
That was that. All these other things wasn't even the thing. DistroKid, all this other shit, it wasn't even the thing. Sound Change probably was as close as we got to that. Tune Baby, TuneCore, shit like that. But it wasn't a lot of platforms like now that had that shit. But when I did it and put it out, Glockaware, shout out to Glockaware, they fucking was on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because they gravitated to the song so much and they liked it, that other people, when they came down there, they just heard it so much that they liked it. And then the energy behind the song, like, I was doing that song for like 2 years without a video or anything. Niggas was begging me, oh, when you gotta do a video? I'm running around, shirt off, you know what I'm saying? I'm jumping on stage, jumping on you, nigga, I'm jumping on your bitch, nigga, I'm jumping on cars. I'm everywhere, right, when that song is out. So that Hitters and Shooters was like a real good breakout joint. I didn't know what that would do until somebody said to me, you know you gotta do something better than that now, right?
Okay.
And then I'm looking at it like, damn, how the fuck do I do that? You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at the influence of it, right? I'm looking at when I'm performing it, I'm looking at white people in the crowd jumping up and down. They're doing it, right? They're saying shit, right? I'm looking at the kids, they're liking the shit, they're saying it. I'm looking at older people, they're fucking with it, right? People our age fucking with it. And I'm just like, damn, people really fuck with these Jones. So I'm like, all right, well, like, how the fuck do I top that? I didn't even do that on purpose. How the fuck do I do that? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm like searching, but Hitters and Shooters definitely was the breakout one for me. I did a lot of Jones, but that one was there. And that was on my Elevated Music mixtape. My second mixtape.
So out of all of this, right, all the music, all the platforms you've been on, stages and things of that nature,
Right.
What is your greatest accomplishment when it comes to music?
My greatest accomplishment? Hearing my mom say that she's proud of me for doing music. Yeah, because, like, when I used to be fucking writing my raps and shit and just, like, in the house karaoke fucking machine, I got my niggas over, I keep on stealing her tapes to record over her tapes on the fucking tape Jones so I can get the beats and shit fucking her Jones up. Yeah, like, she definitely never was like, yo, don't not be a rapper, though. Like, even when I told her, like, I wasn't trying to do a whole lot of working. I wasn't trying to go to college. That's not what I wanted to do. I always wanted to just be a fucking rapper, like, and not so much the fame. This is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to just make a living off of doing what I love doing. I just love doing shit like that. I just love music. And she never said don't do it though. As much as I was pissing her off at the time, it was drawing. I'm in the halfway I was talking about, I just did a CD with no job. She don't give a fuck about none of that. She like, nigga, bills, I'm over here fucked up. You back home from jail, thank you. But bills, like, your brother ain't doing shit. Hey, we need help. You talking about a CD? Yeah, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, she never was like, stop doing it though. And then when I fucking did the TLA, cause she cried a little bit when I won my fucking Philly hip hop award, but when I did the TLA show and she seen the footage and shit, she was like, she proud of me. So like after that, I was like, I'm cool with that.
That's fire.
I'm cool with that. I think that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too much that you make your parents proud about, honestly. And I'm a parent. It ain't too much that a motherfucker can make you proud about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that we want to correct. There's a lot that we think a motherfucker should do. We got our own plan for it. I know it need to go like that, but for motherfuckers to be like, I'm proud of you, that means that I see that you did it your way. What I had planned for you wasn't what you had planned for you. And I see that it worked out for you, and I can respect that. And that's all I want. Respect. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. So, and I'm sipping wine, y'all, as I'm just letting y'all know.
Man, he a little saucy like bitch, get off me right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to what's
you're already snowed out. You know, man, shout out to the bartender.
You know, just wine.
It was a little wine for the times here.
Wine for the time.
Somebody got no
Sweeter, bolder drinks are getting the menu up.
What can we like look forward to seeing more of when it comes to you?
Well, first and foremost, they can definitely look forward to seeing more of me and my new management. Just chill, actually. I'm saying welcome, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, like they definitely can get used to seeing that tandem a lot more. A lot more videos, a lot more content, period. Just content, a lot more content. Music is there. There's a lot more content, a lot of interactiveness with the people, getting back, bringing in touch with the people. A lot of shows coming up, a lot of out of town shows coming up, a lot of in town shows coming up. Couple of features, big project, the Elevation, going to be working on that.
Let's talk about your next project. Now, what's the name of it?
The Elevation.
The Elevation.
Right.
Okay. Now, explain the Elevation to me.
All right, so basically, like, you know, I got my label Elevated Music, and basically it's like I had the series, so I dropped my second mixtape, Elevated Music, and then I dropped Elevated Music 1.5, then I dropped Elevated Music 2. So now I'm like, all right, I don't want to do Elevated Music 3. I want to do the Elevation. So now we're just going to elevate the elevated music. Now this is the elevation of all that. that build it up to this. This is the elevation part. So that's where that's at.
Well, with that being said, we got the single or whatever. Once we get past the damn commercial, stop that. So right now we're gonna get into the single right now out right now. Kolder.
Kolder, yeah.
Now we got it up on the, you know what I'm saying, on the screen right now. It's on YouTube, all platforms and things of that nature and all that. Make sure y'all go stream that out. But I noticed that you spelled Kolder with a K.
Right.
Why is that?
I mean, basically, like, it looked cool. It just looked cool. It's different. But if you know me, you know my background. So, like, you know, yeah, big B's. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if you can read between the lines, then you gotta get eyes. Then you feel me? But yeah, I like Kolder because it's nice. I like the spelling. You feel me?
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into this, and then we're gonna talk more about, you know what I'm saying, like what people don't know, you know what I mean, your background and all that fly stuff. You said big B's and things of that nature and all that fly stuff. But right now, let's tune into this track right here and see what we got.
Got me in Quad Studio, snap. Say, Jeff, let me out, baby, control. But this shit Kolder, nigga, tryna hang like them goofies gang. We don't know them niggas, cause we rap shotgun in the hell, get fucking chauffeur, nigga. We catch you loafing, nigga. We gon' put up in the song, turn them to a jeweler. Let them did this like it's full of. We don't think it back was full of gold. What? Pop up out the cut, how you drill a jeweler? Stop that whooping. I be with some niggas that done kill some killers. Your body five fan, oh, cause they really feel it. Ain't nobody fucking fan, no, they ain't really with us. They the same with the clout, check the footage. Fucked up the gang and the autographs for security. We came in with switches. Tell you contact me for smoke. Tell your gang and the switches. Bag Locky on the clip and India. I love my blick like Lil Bip, love India. At the ground, start smoking on indica. They ain't my nigga, that boy 12, he gave his signature. When I what you did, I see red and I'm giving up. I drop bread, clean the witness up. On the ground, nothing with that 40, ain't no getting up. Virgil pops up double deep, but no, it ain't no spitting up. 3 times in one night, this way spinning up. They got chains, but this shit Kolder, nigga. Tryna hang like them goofies gang. We don't know them niggas. Lily riding shotgun in the hell, get fucking chauffeur, nigga. Magic drink, turn you to some smoke, we catch you loafing, nigga. They got chains, but this shit Kolder, nigga. Tryna hang like them goofies gang. We don't know them niggas. Lily riding shotgun in the hell, get fucking chauffeur, nigga. Magic drink, turn you to some smoke, we catch you loafing, nigga.
Okay.
I hit you on the remix.
I like that. That was a good joint right there, you know what I'm saying? So now, this on all platforms, right?
Yeah, that's on all platforms.
Okay.
I learned about all platforms with that joint. I mean, that's on all platforms. You heard?
All right. So is this going to be on the project?
It might not make it because the project got a certain tempo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then, like, with my projects, usually, like, the tapes, like, it got a certain tempo. I try to get more of a all around sound, real comforting, like it pulls you in, real relatable. Okay. So even if I'm talking this type of stuff, it would be in this way on the project.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be more intimate. You know what I mean to say. So this might not make it.
Okay.
It might just stay a single. It might not make it.
So we looking to do at least a video for this joint?
For sure, I definitely want to do a visual to this joint.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So like you were saying before we got into the track and things of that nature, some people know you, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Now for the people that don't know you and don't know what Big B stand for, right?
Right.
What does that mean?
All right. So I mean, you know, shout out to all the homies. You feel what I'm saying? But if you part of like any gang culture, then you know Crips, Bloods, Latin teams, stuff like that. So like I'm just I'm on a red team. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody got their teams. I'm just on a red team. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like that's our lingo. Like that's how we identify with one another. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So if you down, you down. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you tuned in, you tuned in, tap in. But yeah, man, shout out to my guys, man. Free my bro Dream too. You feel what I'm saying? Heads up, you know what I mean? Welcome home safe.
You're originally from Philadelphia, right?
Absolutely.
West Philadelphia, born
and raised.
Okay.
In the playground, I used to spend most of my day.
How did you come across being in a gang? Now, let me clarify, because I know there's multiple bloods. I know you have your Pyrus. I know you have your
right.
All I know is Pyrus. That's
You thought that
that's all I know. That's all I know.
That's respectable though.
Yeah, I'm saying. You know.
I feel like that's respectable though. Like,
so
you feel me?
Me being from Philadelphia, honestly, I always thought it was a joke for anybody that I came across that said they were in a gang that wasn't
right. Me too.
from Philadelphia.
No, me too.
Like, it was all right,
I grew up like
not
that.
for me. It
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
And then I took my little vacation, and the first gang member.
In Atlanta?
No, my vacation to Persian.
Oh, okay. You said jail, nigga.
My first real encounter with a gang member. Now we had one in my neighborhood, but it was funny because the guy was flag snatching. I know that was
yeah, that's
that
not
was just
good.
some kid
That's,
stuff.
yeah, that's
But
not
when I got
good.
to jail, I met this gentleman, allegedly and things of that nature. And he was telling me because he was a Crip. And I was like, oh, okay, you big cuz and folk and whatever the slang may be, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And we was in the yard and something happened. We was talking about clothes or some shit like that or however, whatever. And I asked him, I said, yo, what happens if you wear a red shirt? Can you wear a red shirt or a shirt with red in it?
Mm-hmm.
His response to me was yes.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I have a Band-Aid on it. And I said, what does the Band-Aid do?
Stop the bleed.
He said, stop the bleed. That's a thing.
Yes.
That's a real thing.
Yes.
That's a real thing.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I like how Kolder spelled with a K though.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. No. So that's really a real thing. When he said it,
yes,
it made me not believe in gangs even more.
Right.
I was like, he was like, so, bro, you mean to tell me I can go get me a red dickie as long as I got a Band-Aid on it?
Absolutely.
That was diabolical to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, but with you being from Philadelphia,
right.
How did you even come across being in a gang?
Well, just me doing my juvenile bids, first of all, like, that's really what it came from. St. Gabe's, a couple Crip niggas was there. When I got to Glen Mills, it really was really introduced to me when I got to Glen Mills because we had people from like all over. We had people from Cali, we had people from Michigan, people from down south, people from Philly, people from Chester, people from Pittsburgh. So that's when I got caught up. I got introduced to this guy, young cat from Yonkers. And he always wore this red North Face, you know what I'm saying? And I was in charge of him. I had to be like his big brother and shit. So like, I really wasn't interacting with him like that. I just wanted to get the fuck home too. So one day I'm asking him like, yo, why you always wearing this red jacket? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about summertime. He wearing it. He's not even leaving the unit without the jacket. So I'm like, damn, what's up with this red jacket? You keep wearing this red North Face. He said, no, I'm a blood. I don't even know what the fuck he talking about. Nigga, like, what? Like, a blood? What is that? So he telling me that. I said, oh, so like the Crip nigga, that nigga was on fire when I said the word Crip, that nigga was on fire. No, don't be saying that. I ain't nothing like them niggas crack. I'm like, oh, all right. So then that's when I really knew, like, all right, it ain't really no age limit. You ain't gotta be old as shit to be in this joint. Like, niggas is really young and in this show. And then I came home from there, my little brother, Meech, this nigga was a blood. Like, he was like in it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and every time I would go see him, I'm gonna go see him, and he got all these shot crawlers and shit down there around him and shit like that. Niggas just coming down chilling, like, and I'm just like around these niggas, and he keep asking like, bro, you need to come down, you need to be down, let me bring you home. I'm like, nah, I'm cool, bro. I'm from Philly, bro. We ain't on that, you know what I'm saying? But then when I seen, like, at that time, I want to be specific when I say that. At that time, the unity that was going on that I seen made me be like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with this. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. Not even fuck with this, but I'm gonna fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can, you know what I mean, accomplish a lot with everything that was going on at that time.
Now, I'm from Philadelphia, okay? So I only know what I see on television when it comes to these gang, initiations and things of that nature, okay? Now, did you is it really a gang initiation? Is it an application? Do they check your background? Like, how does this work?
Nah, I mean, like, first
you
of all, you
say
can't.
Blood, like,
First of all, you can't be no rat. You know what I mean? You can't have no paper with your name. Can't be into, like, running around with some faggot stuff. No disrespect to the alphabet community, but you can't be running around with some rainbow stuff. And you can't be like you know what I mean? You have to have some type of, they got to be useful in some type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to either know how to get money, manage money, take money, cook drugs, move this. You got an idea for a business. You got a salon. You got a barber shop. You got to be useful at something. You go to the store every day and get racks for everybody. You got to be useful for something. Like, as far as that. After that, it's just up to you. It's basically like what you want to know. Nobody's coming to make you do nothing.
So hold on, so let me get this right. Nobody's jumping you in.
No.
You getting jumped.
Oh no, you definitely get your ass whipped.
Oh
no, you definitely get your ass whipped. Like that's more so like what we would like what I came up under. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can get blessed in, right? So, like, blessed in is like basically on the mercy of somebody that.
So you actually do get jumped in.
You definitely gonna get your ass beat, for sure.
Now, you were saying that, like, you have what's it called? Like a blessed in? Blessed in,
okay. Right. So now when you get blessed in, basically, somebody who has some rank, is either your folks or, closely related to you, something like that. And they pull you in. So basically, you get the perks without the responsibilities when you blessed in, which is cool for like your set or whatever. When you go to like the bigger meetings and stuff like that, they normally want you to like get, put on. Which in case you might gotta shoot the 21, shoot the 31. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
when you say 21 and 31, does that mean 21 and 31 people?
No, that's seconds. Like, so basically, it's how long that that you rumbling. Basically, you know what I mean?
Now, is it an actual fight, like you're fighting back, or is it to see how much you can actually indulge?
Oh no, you should bet. I would advise you swing back.
Okay.
I would advise you do that.
Now, I was just wondering because I didn't know if you just I ain't there.
I mean, because like for me, like it was like, all right, for me it's like I'm fighting back, right? But not only am I fighting back just because niggas is swinging at me, right? Obviously, right? But I'm fighting back also to kind of set the tone for everybody else who may not be familiar with you. That's a part of it. Because 9 times out of 10, everybody that's gonna be there to kind of be there for like the rumbling part, like they get like handpicked or whatever. So it might not be nobody that's even cool with you. So it's like we're gonna set the tone like a little bit, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be the nigga you send into the store. That ain't what's about to happen after this.
So what was your you said that you gotta be useful. So what made you useful?
Well, basically just my emotion. At the time, nobody really had musically. Nobody really had motion going on musically like that. Like people had connections. Shout out to Bull Mop Top and shit. Like people was related to him. Like, so he had some things going on musically too that people was extended to. But yeah, nobody really was doing anything musically, and that's where everything flourished for me at. Cause while I was over here doing this over here, this still was, rising up and getting bigger for me. Opening doors and, being able to introduce people to other people in other lanes where they took and they chose their paths after that. So that was basically like my role was like basically like just like to share my life basically. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I got shows, I'm going here, we out, we going
Basically put on for yourself.
Yeah, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I gotta ask this question, right? Because I wouldn't be. I'm silly as shit, right? I've heard this terminology a lot on television.
Right.
Okay. And I'm gonna say it with some intensity because that's how they say it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, is you set tripping up in here? Is that like a? Is that like ever like really initiate the fight like when you like is you set tripping? Like is that a thing? Like can a nigga start set tripping? Like
no, a nigga,
how do you set trip?
A nigga can set trip like so like you know what I mean? So basically like if you just doing shit that's like, you know what I mean, against like what you signed up for, you know what I'm saying? Like prime example is like if you saying you blood, right? Saying you blood, boom, 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 and then you get online and then you like, yeah, yo, I'm Crip today. Nigga, you said tripping. You feel what I'm saying? Or vice versa. If you Crip already and then you get on camera the next day, you like, yo, I'm blood today though.
So wouldn't that be set jumping?
It would be set jumping, set hopping, set tripping, set. It's not cool.
You fucking up the set.
You fucking up the set.
Okay, because it comes in a set. It's like a pair
you gotta
of socks.
Get off the set.
You know what I'm saying? Well, a pair of socks, it comes in a set. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around with one sock. So if you fuck up one sock, then the other sock's fucked up, so it's not a set anymore.
It's not a set anymore.
See a set tripping. I'm picking up what you're putting there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's some interesting shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to enter. That was knowledge for myself and for the people.
No, for sure.
I mean, and for the people. Because,
some people might not know.
Now, like me now, I respect the gangs more, being, more educated, and meeting, new people and actually traveling and things of that nature. I definitely respect it a lot more than I did prior to. But let's get back to some music real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to Ghetto Reese overall. Now, you got so much music out right now.
Right.
Right. You actually have a hella fire catalog. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only tapped into your actual streaming catalog. This has nothing to do with your SoundCloud and other engines that you spoke of earlier.
Right.
Now I'm one to always give their flowers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm big on that. And in this situation, it's an honor for me because I was hearing about Ghetto Reese when I was in high school, bro. You feel me?
Right.
Like when I was in 9th grade of high school, like I didn't know who you was, but I knew you was somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your name was had recognition for a spitter, somebody that actually rapped. And I come up from that area, your Young Hots, your Reeds, your Meeks, all that, you know what I'm saying? So for him to be mentioned amongst these people, because this was a thing. I'm not gonna act like it ain't, especially if you're from West Philly, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So like being such a monument, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you are a monument. You know what I'm saying? Being such a monument in our music culture and our Philadelphia music culture, how does that make you feel? And what is your advice to our up and coming, artists and things of that nature?
Well, to answer like the first part, it's just it's an honor to even be doing it as long as I've been doing it, to still be recognized and seen as somebody to even want to, work with or be a part of or have them a part of, you know what I mean? So this is an honor for me, still, honestly. It's like, it's my first time doing any of this, you know what I'm saying? Each day, each time, each song, each show is like as a new something to me. I ain't never did this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I never got to the point where I reached the top and then fell off and had to reach it again. So I still just always been climbing. So it's just like, it feels almost surreal. I would say like almost like not real for real most of the time. But the work speaks for itself. So then that's what brings the reality to it. It's like, it's like that. But all right, and what's the second half?
What advice would you have for an up and coming artist?
Never second guess yourself. Never second guess yourself. Because at the end of the day, whether what you want to do doesn't work or it does work, you have to believe in what you didn't done. You have to. You have to. You can't be scared of the falls. You can't be scared of the bumps, the bruises. You can't be scared of the nose. You can't be scared of the fear. Nothing. You have to believe in yourself. And sometimes that's going to be the wrong way. Sometimes you're going to believe in yourself and it's the wrong way you should have did it. But you learn. And then you learn. And then you build character. That builds character. And then you don't need people. You learn as much information as you can. You know what I'm saying? You need people to a certain extent. Don't be dependent on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I could just tell them that. You know what I mean? That's what I learned. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to ask for help, though, sooner either. Don't be afraid to ask. I mean, that's where I probably went wrong at. If I went anywhere wrong, would be like not asking for help sooner. All these connections and people I know with high fives and slapping fives and daps and hugs and yeah, all that shit's cool and all that. But if I ain't asking you, yo, listen, bro, you got a fucking podcast that's doing boom. Yo, let me get a segment on that joint. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm seeing you in this love, though. We at the bar. Hey, what's up, man? Before you get you a shot. All right, it's cool. But I'm not asking you nothing about it. So, yeah, if somebody got something going on, you got your people that got something going on, believe in you, believe in your decisions, whether it doesn't work or it do work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just keep on. That's it. That's all I'm going to say for that.
It's good advice, man. Definitely good advice. Now, let me tell you, we're going to get up out of this joint, but I got to touch on this segment, whatever. We just lost one of our own. We've been losing a lot of us as artists.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
First off, I want to say, RIP to LP, L Quad. I said it wrong, but
LGP Quad.
LGP Quad. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Big RIP to him, big PIP to him. My heart goes out to his family. What message do you have to the youth about all the senseless killing, man? Before we get out of here, I need you to because at the end of the day, when you have a platform and you are a platform yourself,
right,
you're steady, doing music, things of that nature, people listen to you. So what advice, what can you say to the youth? We talking to the kids right now because that's the ones that are doing all these killings, all this nonsense. They ain't got no guidance. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
What advice do you got for them, man?
Basically, I would tell them that you gotta learn to be the bigger person, man. You gotta learn to let stuff go. You have to let stuff go. Not everybody. Revenge is not for you to take upon yourself. You feel me? Like, this is why we have karma. You know what I mean? Some people not gonna understand it because there's blood on hands already. But for everybody who there is no blood on hands, there is a different way to approach something. There is let me think about it. There's a couple seconds to change your mind. Do that. Like, that's it, Don't be afraid to not be what everybody wants you to be that's around you. Like, you don't have to be that, I got plenty of motherfuckers, trust me, I done been to jail and everything, so I got plenty of motherfuckers that's like, on some other shit. And, I might be around them allegedly, like, while they doing other shit. But I'm not doing other shit. That ain't what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't let what nobody got going on really dictate what you got going on. You can change it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of beefing going on. That's why I said, like, it ain't really too much, like, to say that. I'm like, I say something to the people that's our generation, like, yo, stop being bitch ass niggas. Like, stop acting like bitch ass old heads. and really talk to these niggas and show them some love, pull them to the side, give them a fucking hug, give them a handshake, give them a basketball, give them some money, put them on some investment, show them the schools, all right, learn something, show them how to fucking get a trade. Like, yeah, stop acting like ain't nobody fucking help y'all the fuck out. Like, that's all. Like, it's niggas our age is running around like nobody gave a fuck about them, so now they just letting everything slide. Like, yeah, I don't really like that too much. Like, you feel me? But for the young niggas, like, it get greater later, man. I got a lot of potential and a lot of time left, man. You feel me?
And with that being said, man, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna hit you with a couple words of inspiration. Stay focused. Not everybody's your op. I mean, lock into what you got going on. Stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Because when you stay in your lane, it's really hard to crash out. And with that being said, this is and has been, I'm just trying to figure it out. I am your boy Just Chill, aka Big Chill. My guest for the day, my man Ghetto Reese. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you drop him comments. Let's get it. Let's got it.
And you can follow me on Instagram too, Ghetto Reese 3VM, yo. You feel me?